This is the training video to complete the PsPaint1 FL project in Photoshop. So open up Photoshop Creative Cloud 2017. Remember to pause, fast forward, rewind on this training video wherever you need. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the steps quickly. So open up Photoshop Creative Cloud, then go up here to File, New. We want to choose Film and Video here. And we want this first choice, HD TV 1080p. Just make sure that has the blue border around it. Come over here and call this PsPaint1 FL and click Create. Alright, so this is our background layer. So we need to put some color on this background layer. So I'm going to go and set my foreground color, which is done down here on the toolbar. The very bottom, the one on top is the foreground. So click that and set the color that you're going to want, okay, for your foreground color. And then go find the type tool and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the paint bucket tool. It might show you the gradient tool, so you want to click and hold right there, and it's the second tool in the list, paint bucket tool, and that's going to fill any selected area with whatever the foreground color is. So it's going to come out here and click, and now I've got a blue background. Now I need another layer. That's my background layer. So I need a new layer, so I'm going to go to new layer, which is down here. Bottom right corner of the workspace area is the panels, the layers panel, and next to the very bottom right corner, the trash can, there is an icon just to the left of it for creating a new layer. So now on that layer, I'm going to use the brushes to create artwork, to create some scene. The scene can be anything. It could be a desert scene, it could be an ocean scene, it could be a beach scene, it could be a mountain scene, it could be a forest scene, it could be a scene with hills. It could be an imaginary scene that's just in your mind. Well, all this is in your mind anyways, right? But it could be just some place with whatever you want. It could be in outer space, it could be on another planet, okay? So create some landscape scene, and we're going to use the brushes to kind of build a simple landscape scene. So I'm going to go to the brush tool, B for brushes on the keyboard. I'm going to go to the brush tool, and I'm going to come up right up here. When you have the brush tool selected, this area here is the control panel for the brush, and it allows you to open up the brush panel, which also can be done right here with this icon right there. Either one works, okay? Two places to get the same screen. We have brushes, and then we have the brush presets. I want you to use the presets. And if I go here and click on a brush, then that's what the brush will do. I like this one. Pick the brush based on the edge that you want or the overall stroke look that you want. Don't worry about the size of it, because you can always come back and change the size. But of course, before I use the brush, I got to change the color of the paint. I can't paint with background color, so I'm going to go find another color to paint. See, and it just works like you'd expect. I can use the bracket keys to make it bigger or smaller, or I could just drag this slider to change the size. But if I use the bracket keys on the keyboard, the one we've been using all semester, you can use the left bracket key that's on the left side of the keyboard, or on the left button of the two, makes it smaller. Oops. And then the right bracket key makes it bigger. Okay. If you do something that you don't like, you can always go to your history panel up here and undo the things that you don't like, right? Or redo them if you need. Or you can come over here to the eraser tool. Click the eraser tool. It's also a brush that has a diameter. And this eraser tool will erase like you would expect it to erase. Okay? The only other thing I want to show you is the brush library. So I'm going to open up those brushes again, go back to the brush presets, and I'm going to go up right up here, the top right corner where those lines are at. It shows you a list of brushes, and I want to go here to the special effect brushes. Special effect brushes. I'm going to click append. I'm going to click append because I want to add this list of brushes to the end of my brush list, so I don't replace all of my brushes that I already have. Hang on one second. Okay, tell everyone at the door there's a training video going on right now. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to go down with these specialty brushes and I'm going to pick the butterfly. I'm going to change my foreground color so I can somewhat control what my butterflies look like. And I'm going to add a new layer and put these butterflies on this new layer. And of course it's not working. Why isn't it working? Oh. All of a sudden my brushes, because I'm on the eraser tool, that's why. B for brushes, make sure the brush tool is down. And go back, change it to the brushes, because I just made the eraser, the butterfly instead of the brush. So, change the brush, get to the brush, set the butterflies, and then you can paint cool butterflies. Alright? We want at least 3 layers. You can add another layer if you want and continue with your landscape. Now maybe I need some hills here. Going to go back to my brush, back to that one brush that I like, the hard round brush. Make it a little bit bigger with the bracket key or slide it up here a little bit. Set my color on a green hill. And now I can get this guy out of the way. I can go ahead and create my hill skyline. Okay. So I'm just doing a simple skyline. I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to make another hill in front of that. Change the color of green to a little darker green. And there we go. So I've got that on another layer. I'm going to go to layer 2. I don't like layer 2. It doesn't really do anything for me. I was just showing you some stuff. No, it was actually layer 1 that I had those scribbles on. So I'm just going to delete that layer. And it looks like I need to get rid of that too. See? Go back to the eraser tool. That's the butterfly. So let me go back and change that brush. So my eraser, this is funny. Go back to the hard round and get rid of that. See how I'm just controlling where I'm at on these layers? Okay, so that's it. That's what you want to do right there. Okay, save it and get ready for the next training video that'll show you how to bring this into After Effects to finish this project. Okay?
Yeah, you heard it? Yeah. They already said the question.